Gary and Jimbo here, and I'm here with my mate Jorm, who's kindly let me stay at his place in Brisbane. And Gary's on a farm, and I'm going away, but I've got a big fucking announcement to make. I've been going on for years about fucking money and how it's imaginary and how I don't want to fucking sell shit. And all this, right? Central banks and fucking stuff that people just fucking tune out and just go, Jimbo, just get back to the fucking cunt jokes so we can have a laugh while we do a shit every morning. So, if you want that shit, it'll come. But rather than just complaining about money, I've actually putting up merch. So thanks for anyone who's about to buy any shirts. Help me out with Australian dollars. But Jorm actually found out does basically you're a high level hacker.
I wouldn't say high level, but basically I'm a professional hacker. People pay me to hack their stuff, tell them how I did it so that they can fix it.
Yeah, so, you know, he works for companies and fucking, yeah, he's a legit hacker. So, I've been talking to Jorm about this idea I've had for money is imaginary, like the source of money. Everyone goes, follow the money trail, but no one follows it back to the central banks who create money and pull it out of thin air. And rather than just going, oh, fucking, yeah, that's what they do, and everyone just going, yeah, whatever, cunt, I'm thinking, well, why don't just fucking make our own money? And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to make Gary bucks. I've had this idea for a while, which I wanted to do when Gary's Prime Minister, because we're going to run him next election. But I thought we'd trial it first. We don't need any political permission to do this. Cryptocurrencies are out there. So
even normal currencies. There's a great story. Look up this guy called Emperor Norton. He was just a crackpot like Jimbo who lived in San Francisco in the 19th century. And he just started printing his own money, making Emperor Norton bills. Because everybody liked him so much, he was such a character, they accepted them as real money. And now, if you've got like an Emperor Norton 50-cent bill, it's worth like hundreds of bucks as a collector item. Well, just because he signed it. Well,
that's a good example. And also it brings up the issue of, say, Bitcoin, right?
Right.
People go, two advantages. You go, Bitcoin, wow, I can buy illegal mushroom spores, get it sent to the house next door, and then basically pick it up. No one will trace it to me, right? Or drugs or whatever.
Not that I'd ever do any shit like that.
No,
This is an example.
Yeah, and the other thing, like Emperor Norton, they talk about, oh, do you know how much Bitcoin's worth now?
$3,000
Yeah. Now, I don't want my money to be like this. I think that consumerism, fucking global warming. I don't like calling it global warming. I just like calling it fucking worldwide pollution from over consumerism. It can't handle a money that can depreciate below zero. That's what the central banks are going, fuck, we've got to keep it above 0%. We've done quantitative easing, which has flushed money into the system. We've reduced interest rates down to zero. And they still can't create inflation. So, and they can't make it go below zero. Otherwise, it's doesn't work. But this Gary Bucks thing is different to Bitcoin. We're gonna do the blockchain technology.
Yep, except it's gonna be different. So like there's different kinds of money. Like Emperor Norton, it was just paper money.
Yep.
And the only thing behind paper money is somebody says it's money. So here it's the Reserve Bank says it's money, so we go, all right, it's real money. I can go and make my own. Emperor Norton worked because he said it. Cryptocurrency is the same thing. Like Bitcoin, there's thousands of Bitcoin clones, but none of them are really worth anything because it's just who says it's worth money. Bitcoin has just got traction that everybody goes, yeah, that's money now.
Yeah.
Because it's Bitcoin. So we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to change it a little bit. And we're going to use Gary, because everybody likes Gary. Been staying with us for a couple of days here, and we can't walk down the street in Paddington 200 metres without people coming up and going, Gary, Gary. And this is a suburb full of posh cunts. I don't know what it'd be like if you take him out into the outback. Everyone would know him.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we're going to use that authority of Gary to create a cryptocurrency. But
it's basically using the Gary marketing chain. So if I was just me without Gary, nobody, right? I've got about 12 friends on my thing. It's not going to work, but we're going to use it through the Gary thing. I'm just going to be, Jorm's explaining this way better than me, but the two things are it's not anonymous, unlike Bitcoin.
Right.
And the big kicker is when the Norton Bucks or these cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin or whatever, everyone goes, how much is it worth? I don't want it to be like that. So we're going to make it disappear after a month.
So it's going to be like a library book without a library. So you get the book and they say, all right, you've got 1 month that you have this book and then you've got to give it back. Except instead we're saying, no, you've got 1 month with this book, then you got to give it to somebody else.
Disappears if you don't use it.
Right. So it's the same thing with this money. It's like this is what we need help with. For many of the nerds out there, I need help modifying blockchain to add this to it. That you have an expiry date built into it, and the only way to get another month renewed on the expiry date is to give it to somebody else.
Yeah.
And so if you don't, it's like your bills, right? The other day, I had this bill due, and I was like, oh fuck, I've only got half an hour left before midnight until this thing's due. I've got to pay it right now. It's going to be the opposite way around. You go, oh fuck, it's 11:30 of the last of the month. I've got 100 Gary bucks. What am I going to spend it on? So you just spend it on anything, the craziest thing.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is, Gary's got about 2 million, right? Round it out to 2 million fans, right? Yep. I won't give it to all the 2 million fans. I'll give it to any fan out there who goes, yep, I want some Gary bucks, 100 Gary bucks. I mean, if 2 million fans want it, that's 2 billion Gary bucks, but 100 Gary bucks, and you've also got to register what you can give, right?
Yeah, we don't need like your real name and your address and all this shit, but just like your nickname or whatever, just put it in there. So you've got a user.
You're registered via Facebook, which is legit, unlike YouTube. It's got a bit. You go to an email, it's traceable.
Yeah.
YouTube's a bit more anonymous. Facebook isn't.
Yeah.
And so someone like you, Jorm, is into computers, does it for your business, but you like rock climbing, right? Yeah. So rather than going, oh, come to me and I'll fix up your computer or whatever.
I get paid to do that already.
Yeah, you just go, I like rock climbing. If you're in Brisbane and you want to go rock climbing, I'll take you rock climbing for a day for 50 Gary bucks or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So everybody says, I go, yeah, I want 100 Gary bucks. We'll give it to you. And then you say what you can offer. And now it might be, given that people want to give away, you got to give away your Gary bucks. You can just say, mate, you ring my number. I'll do goat noises on the phone for 5 minutes. Give us 50 Gary bucks. So if you're fucking wanting to offload the money, do that. So
anything you want, like the more ridiculous, the better. I'll turn up at your house and call you a cunt.
Yeah.
Then I'll walk off. That'll be 50 Gary bucks, mate.
Yep. And if you're online somewhere weird in the world, you can do something online. He'll just fucking send you a verbal message. Oh, you're a cunt. So it's obviously going to get taken up by these things. And if it gets passed around, the beauty of this is that you hand out, like, say, 2 billion Gary bucks, right, for a month. It's going to disappear. 2 billion Gary bucks is going to disappear within a month.
Right.
But if this is passed around, everyone uses it, that's 24 billion Gary bucks.
If you want to stimulate the economy, force people to spend money. I mean, that's what quantitative easing, all this stuff is. It's like create more money so people spend it. But you create more money and they use it to go buy an apartment in Sydney for $16 million.
Well, this Gary bucks are not going to be hoarded in asset bubbles, which is where quantitative. Yeah, so
so if everybody wants to go rock climbing in Brisbane, I'm serious. That's 50 Gary bucks, and I get lots and lots of people, and now I'm making 500 Gary bucks a month. The only thing I can do with that is spend it. I don't know, maybe I can get a hand.
Yeah, that's it. You fucking whatever. We don't care. I mean, it's up to you whether it's going to be illegal or legal, but it's not anonymous.
Right.
So you've got
to. So I'd have my profile. These 10 people came to me and went rock climbing, and then you'd see I got 500 Gary bucks.
Yeah.
And I went round to that chick and got a hand job.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she took the money and I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Spent it on ice.
Yeah. Well, you know, she might pay you to give her a hand job or whatever. So the thing is, it gets passed around.
Right.
So it's whereas now it just gets hoarded, and that's wrong with the financial system at the moment. It's just going into asset bubbles, which is fucking not to the resource creators. So if people start using the Gary bucks, if it works, and then starts getting into say for me, you can use Gary bucks at my show because I can give it to you, but I can't. You can't use Gary bucks to buy one of my t-shirts because I can't pay the suppliers in Gary bucks, right?
We're building the whole separate Gary bucks economy. It's kind of all the inputs and outputs, and this is why it's got to start stupid, right? Because you do things where you don't have any suppliers, you don't have any inputs, but then as it expands,
it'll go into like, oh, your local
whole economy of
your local fucking Chinese restaurant will accept 10 Gary bucks for some fucking fried rice or something because they can give it to someone else. Then we're in business. Now the big thing is people going, well, yeah. The big thing is, this is how money originates anyway from the central banks. Right. So the difference is, unlike, say, normal money where the central banks go, oh, I'll give all these countries money and then you give it back to us via interest. and taxes, national debt, they're basically saying, here's the principal, now you give us the principal plus the interest back. Well, it's a mathematical impossibility anyway, but people are trying to, that's debt slavery. There's nothing on this. I'm not asking for the principal or interest on top of that back. And I'm not asking for a percentage of any transactions, which, you know, say PayPal and stuff like that do. And the beauty is you can do this because money, the reason you can do this, hey, John, is because money does not physically exist.
Right, it's just an idea. I used to be into hoarding gold and stuff, and because that's real. It's real money. You know, you got some. But then...
Because money's off the gold standard.
Yeah, it's completely off it now. The only reason it's money is because the central bank says it's money. It's just like...
And because we use it. And we've been wrapped into this world where you go, oh, I've got to fucking get money, otherwise I won't survive. So,
so you go, that's actual money right there.
Yeah.
That's an ounce of silver.
Yeah.
And they say it's worth $1. It's worth about $50. Thank you.
Yeah. But it's actually a physical resource. So, as I was saying before, with Gary Bucks, you can pass it around as much as you can. And unlike you passing around your car, your TV, your girlfriend, it's not going to be fucking worn out by a whole lot of people fucking having a go at it. It's just an idea. So, what do you reckon, people? One, who out there, which fans are interested in this? I'm literally giving you $100, Gary Bucks, and if it doesn't work, it just disappears. And if it does work, you might be able to have some fun out of it. This has got to be generated. Just like the internet was pretty well generated off sexual energy, porn and everything.
Seriously, this is no joke. In the technology industry, it is well accepted that the main source of innovation in web technology is in the porn industry.
Yeah.
They do it first. It's not Google, it's not Facebook, it's Pornhub.
Yeah. So, and that generated the initial porn thing, the interest in the internet before it went, you know, mainstream. Everyone's got it. Gary the Bucks has got to be fun. So, we can, and the other thing is, there's no advertising on this. There's no. The only ad is going to be on the, you know, we'll probably put on the GaryTheGoat.tv webpage where the transactions are going. The only ad will be like, fuck, this guy's getting a lot of Gary Bucks, must be doing something good, or he, she, or fucking whatever you are. So that's going to be great. So this can handle a depreciating currency, and it's, let's have a fucking go, man. We need people out there who's interested. Just email it, write in under these comments. Yeah, I'm interested. I'll be up for Gary Bucks. And also we need...
Yeah, we need the nerds who know how to help me with this stuff.
Yeah.
So just leave a comment. I'll be reading all the comments and I'll get in contact with you.
Yeah.
And we'll sort this out.
So I'm lucky. Most people I meet on my way around are just fucking want me to pull guns and sink piss with it. Nothing wrong with that. But I don't often get a guy who's fucking into this at the level you are. But you're basically saying to all the nerds out there, the stumbling block is not the Bitcoin.
It's how we modify blockchain to make it expire.
Yeah, hear that? How we modify the blockchain to make it expire after a month. It just disappears, man. And it's a social experiment. I'm not saying this works, but rather than going on about, oh, fucking money in central banks or fucking how fuck politics are, I'm fucking trying to run for fuck Gary for PM next election. And this is the main policy, man. I want to try it out before we go. Gary Bucks money. It's the most fundamental question. Where does money come from? Like, the biggest cause of breakups is money. It's a big stress for everyone, right? So this is just basically a social experiment into the nature of money. So two things: who's up for this, and number two, importantly, who can give some nerdy fucking crypto fucking insight help into how to make this. And I just thought I'd make this video as well, because unlike Bitcoin, where Satoshi apparently made it and fucking disappeared, this is the original
plant or whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it is. It's just me, some cunt with a goat. My mate Jorm, who I've met thanks to Gary, and let's all see if this fucking works. And if it doesn't, fucking, you know, who gives a fuck? We had to go, and that's what Australia's all about. And we want to fucking pass on a bit of that to the world as well. So thanks for your help, Jorm.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, guys.
And sorry about my wig.